Hello and welcome to Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader. This is the first alpha for Owlcat Games' new CRPG, and it seems like a match made in heaven. On the one side, you've got the 40k lore, and you've got the Rogue Trader role-playing system. On the other side, you've got Owlcat, who are known for making hugely in-depth CRPGs, and the previous two CRPGs they've made, Pathfinder, Kingmaker, and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, have been based on a tabletop game, and it was a fairly faithful recreation. So, merging them together sounds like it should just work. So, I'm excited about that. I'm also excited about the concept of a rogue trader. Now, I didn't know very much about them beforehand. My knowledge of 40k lore is from playing a bunch of chaos and chaos demons back in the day in the miniatures game. So, I looked it up, and they provided a nice little description of it here. In the Imperium of Man, a galaxy-spanning human civilization living through a dark age of eternal warfare and terror, besieged on all sides, heretics and existential horrors, you play a combination of an explorer, void-faring merchant, and a powerful feudal lord operating on the fringes of known space, moving freely across the Imperium and beyond, standing far above most of the laws and limitations of the Imperium. Now, why does that sound really cool? Well, usually in 40k you get to see very much it's one side versus the other, and it's very kind of like war-based. In this one you get to see what other people are doing. You get to see how people are reacting, how, you know, different factions are reacting to different things in the war, and you get like just a deeper glimpse into the overall lore of the worlds, which sounds fantastic. So, I think we should get into it. Now, first thing you should know about the alpha. There is no character creation, and we start in Act 2 of the game. So there's likely going to be spoilers for Act 1 of the game, but that's just the way it is. They want to throw us into the action so that we're actually seeing a little bit of the game, rather than doing the bit where you start the game, you have to make your character without seeing it, then you have to get into it, and all of that sort of stuff. So this should be all the mechanics thrown at us at once. But in order for us to have a character who we know anything about, what we have to do is we have to start a new game. We have to go through a little book section, and the book section is basically going to be a choose your choices kind of thing, and then it will just generate everything else. So let's see how things are going to be in this game. First of all, we have to choose a male or a female rogue trader. We'll just stick on male for just now, and then you have to choose your difficulty level. The guide that I've been given by Owlcat, also thank you Owlcat for the keys, it says that we should play on normal because it's the one that has any amount of balance for it. So, let's play on normal. And then, we're just going to jump in and see what things are like. So, first of all, we're expecting this. So, we're going to get this kind of book section. What this is going to do is it's going to try and guide us into the character. Now, it's not going to tell us everything, it's not going to tell us every single bit of lore, but it's going to give us a rough idea about who we are and what we should be doing. So, start of dossier. Dossier 17 KB, compiled and processed on the order of the most gracious Lord Captain Theodora von Valencia. Candidate. Satisfies the consanguinity criteria. Bears kinship to the Lord Captain in the 7th degree from a dynastic offshoot in the Scarus sector. Current location of the progenitor is not specified. Gender, male. Occupation before requisition. I don't really know what we're going to be. Why not a voidship captain in the Imperial Navy? That sounds like something that we don't need a ton of different information to know how we should be acting as a captain in the Imperial Navy. Planet of birth and circumstances of early life. So, markedly loyalist upbringing, developed leadership and diplomatic skills, in-depth knowledge of Imperial history and culture, a cultural environment, notable physical and athletic attributes, heightened awareness of surroundings, strong intellectual endurance capabilities, profound knowledge of sacred text and Medicae skills, or basic combat training with a Medicae course and additional instruction in demolition. I think we're just going to play somebody who's had a loyalist upbringing, developed leadership and diplomatic skills. That sounds good. Fits in with our Imperial kind of captain way of playing. Let's go with that. At the Lord Captain's request, the most significant episode in the candidate's biography that demonstrates his personal qualities and performance under pressure has been highlighted. Based on the collected data, that is So we received a plasma pistol, a rogue trader's cloak, and a sword after that previous choice. An uprising in the 8th city on the hive world Castus Primus. An attack by a pirate armada on the pleasure world Lacura Cove, or a major criminal incident involving void ships assigned to the Astra Militarum. Why don't we deal with an uprising? Sure. I know I'm just choosing option number 1 most of the time, but generally it seems to be the one that's, you know, very straightforward and we can work with it. The peasant uprising, provoked by the latest lowering of the minimum age for manufactorum workers, spread throughout most of the spire of the central hive city. Imperial forces arrived too late to extinguish the flame of rebellion. However, the Astra Militarum succeeded in blockading the rogue hive. The void ship under the candidate's command executed a void blockade of the planet. Due to the disruption of Vox communication and the need to take action unilaterally, the candidate... Well, obviously we gave the order for the total bombardment of the rebelling hive, disregarding the presence of allied forces within the perimeter. We will tolerate no rebellion within our Imperium. Notable qualities exhibited when acting in difficult or ambiguous circumstances: drive to achieve one's aims, ability to make decisions that entail significant loss of personnel, unshakable belief in the righteousness of one's actions, exhibited at subsequent tribunal. The qualities exhibited are deemed to be valuable and desirable in a potential successor to the Lord Captain. The candidate's profile has been deemed worthy of submission to the most gracious Lord Captain for further appraisal. With regard to the requisition of the candidate from his current position to serve the needs of the illustrious von Valencia dynasty, the final decision rests with the most gracious Lord Captain. End of dossier. Let's go. Okay, and now we get basically a recap of Act 1. So in theory, we would have played Act 1 of the game and some of this would have happened, but because we didn't, it's just giving us a rough like, here's where you are. Several weeks have passed since the day Theodora von Valencia perished. On that ill-fated day, the rogue trader's void ship was attacked by a madman hungry to capture the dynasty's prized possession, the Warrant of Trade, a sacred Imperium relic that certifies the outstanding rights of the rogue trader across the galaxy. Okay, so this is basically what's saying that this is what signifies us as a rogue trader. And as we previously saw, or when talking about rogue traders, they stand above most of the laws and limitations of the Imperium. So if you have this warrant saying you're a rogue trader, suddenly a ton of doors open to you. So it makes sense. Fortunately for the thousands of lives who depend on the protection of their master, Lady Theodora's heir and now ruling von Valencia, Lord Rogue Trader, is that our, I assume that would be our name if we were to have picked a name, but now we're just Lord Rogue Trader, fought off the villains and protected the dynasty's sacred relic. In his efforts to carry out Lady Theodora's last assignment, Rogue Trader came up against a monstrous plot, which ultimately led to the death of the Imperial world Rykad Minoras. By the God Emperor's will alone did the Rogue Trader escape with his life, and when Rykad's star mysteriously vanished, leaving cold darkness in its wake, one desperate push and the Imperium's mantle hid the fleeing souls from the pursuing enemy. However, testing trials still lie ahead. After several weeks in the warp, the Rogue Trader found himself on the fringes of his trade empire, amidst scattered worlds now lost in the cold void at the whim of the roiling warp. The Lord Captain must forge new routes to planets conquered in the past and fulfill one of the covenants of the Warrant of Trade to restore that which has been lost. Let's go! Also, can I just say, I love the art style on the right hand side here. Great. And we're jumping in. By jumping in directly into the game. Okay. We also have 6 companions, by the way. It should be mentioned. All of these companions would be people who you earn over Act 1. However, we didn't do Act 1 because we started Act 2. You get where I'm going here. Anyway. Vigdis Suri Ota. Lord Captain, allow me to report. Our journey through the warp is coming to an end. Lady Navigator Ocelio informs me that we have reached the point where we can translate to real space in the Furibundus system. The Lady Navigator and her pilots are awaiting your permission to begin the process. The Furibundus system is home to Footfall, the only Imperium outpost with a functioning wharf in the Koronus Expanse. The tech priests are begging you to have mercy on the machines worn down by the warp, and to allow the servants of Omnitia to heal the voidship's wounds in the dock. The prayers and rituals will take a few days, which our astropathic choir will use to establish a connection with the prime worlds of your trade empire. Dargonus, Janus, and Kiava Gamma. We have already received a message that was previously adrift in the Imperium. Okay, so some of these have been letting go because we can kind of work out what they are from context. What is the Imperium? An alternate dimension of pure energy and madness existing as a mirror to the real space, also known as the Imperium, the Aether, the Sea of Souls, or Warp Space. Ah, I recognize the last one. Master Zachary Weiss has reported receiving an invitation. The Liege of Footfall humbly requests an audience with the rogue trader of the von Valencia dynasty. According to Master Zachary, the message was tinted with shades of pleading. I quote, "Apparently the Liege is anxious to meet as soon as possible." Footfall, the place where sin and sanctity go hand in hand. Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso will most likely expect a visit from me. I imagine he will be interested in talking to you as well, rogue trader. I will be leaving your voidship when we arrive on Footfall, rogue trader. Once that is done, consider the Lord Inquisitor's task complete. But before I leave you, rogue trader, Heinrichs produces a small device wrapped in velvet. I was supposed to deliver this to Lady Theodora, but considering the circumstances, I'm giving it to you. This is an elucidator, a sacred machine that can translate the languages of distant and lost worlds to Imperial Gothic. It is even capable of handling Xenos languages, up to a point. There may be flaws in translation, but the overall meaning should be clear. Are there many Xenos that we have normal conversations with, Heinrichs? From my understanding, we tend to shoot them. Anyway, let's see, where are we going to start here? Let's just speak to Heinrichs. Are you leaving us, Heinrichs? The arrangement between the Lord Inquisitor and your predecessor was that I be transported to Footfall, and no further. I dare not take advantage of your generosity and patience any more than I already have, rogue trader. Okay. Argenta, who is this Reverend Hieronymus and who wants to talk to me? He is the head of the Drusian mission on Footfall, and one of the most prominent clergymen in the sector. Paying him a visit is a good thing for any loyal servant of the Emperor to do. Argenta lowers her eyelashes. I assisted his mission before I joined Lady Theodora on her voyage. I need his blessing to accompany the new rogue trader of the von Valencia dynasty. If you wish to have me aboard your voidship, I request that we meet Reverend Hieronymus. Okay, Victus, tell me about the system we are arriving in. Furibundus is valuable due to its close proximity to the Maw, the gateway to the Imperium. The system is mostly known for Footfall, the main base for merchants, privateers, and rogue traders traversing the Koronus Expanse. Additionally, the star itself is orbited by the Adaptus Mechanicus station, which is off-limits to outsiders. Altar Templum. Calixus, Ext, 17. I had the honor of tending to the shrine for a few thousand cycles. I suggest you abstain from visiting it, as most tech brothers at the station are engaged in meditative calculations that should not be interrupted. Okay, thank you, Pascal. What do I need to know about Footfall? It is the largest port and the trading capital of the Koronus Expanse. It has a dockyard that will allow us to inspect and repair the voidship. and it boasts its own astropathic choir, the Koronus Expanse communications nexus. Not to mention pirate hideouts, smuggler caches, and forts belonging to a dozen gangs, groups, and factions. In the Koronus Expanse, the Imperium relies on this as its outpost. The fringes of humanity's domain rarely resemble its central worlds, but so long as the Footfall serves the God Emperor, insofar as it can, it will be considered a citadel of the Imperium, although I have heard that the ties it sends are underwhelming, to say the least. Due to Footfall's remoteness, it has developed its own rules and customs. Many of the goods that can be procured there would be considered heresy in the heart of the Imperium, enough to warrant summary execution. Moreover, Footfall is the domain of the rogue traders, who disregard certain Imperial laws by virtue of the warrant they bear. Okay, another thing there talking about the warrant. So again, it would explain why somebody wants to steal it. If they hold the warrant, they can suddenly access all these things that would previously be considered heresy. Makes sense. Footfall is just a brief stop. What next? As soon as we solve the issues plaguing the ship and establish contact with the key worlds of your trade empire, the time will come for your Magnae Accessio, the official ceremony of donning the mantle of the rogue trader. It is mostly a formality at this point. You already possess all the privileges granted by the warrant. And yet, it is a major milestone in your personal history, the moment your name graces the list of heads of the von Valencia dynasty. We are all looking forward to that day, Lord Captain. Okay. Abelard, do you know anything about the Liege of Footfall? Vladaeum Tokara is a very peculiar young man. Consider your upcoming conversation as a baptism of fire in Footfall's political arena. Such things are not spoken out loud, but Liege Torikara is the appointee of the Kaspalika mission, the largest robber baron crime syndicate in the Calixus sector. They specialize in the coal trade, the buying and selling of all kinds of Xenos rubbish. Footfall was previously run by a liege who did business with several criminal factions at once, but he suffered an accident. The reins of power were picked up by Vladaeum Tokara, whose appointment benefits not only the Kasbalika, but also their most powerful ally in the Koronus Expanse, the rogue trader Kaligos Winterscale. Vladaeum is a slippery yet very cautious fellow. He does not usually beat around the bush and does not play mind games. Perhaps more importantly, he is no fool. Fools do not rise this high in the Kaspalikian hierarchy. Keep all this in mind. You're a rogue trader. You stand above him in status and wield considerable power. Having said that, history has seen cases where the Kasbalikan barons cross swords with rogue traders and emerge victorious. Do not forget that. Remain vigilant. So technically we outrank him, but don't annoy him so much that we're in a fight because we might not win. Okay. The Kasbalika vile tech thieves. Pascal's Vox barks out the last word like a profanity. Ooh, okay. Why does the Liege want to see me so badly? Not you personally. He wishes to meet with the rogue trader of the von Valencia dynasty. Tokara does not know about Lady Theodora's death and is simply seeking an audience with the powers that be. My gut is telling me that something must be very wrong in Footfall if our astropath managed to read such strong emotion in such a anodyne message. We have no information, Lord Captain. The broadcast from the Footfall astropathic choir was the only missive Master Zachary has received lately. Okay. Tell the Lady Navigator I give her leave to make the transition from the warp into real space. Victus begins issuing instructions. The massive ship appears to change with her every words. The bridge is set in motion as hundreds of people start to prepare for the shift to real space, and measured chanting fills the corridors to safeguard the vessel and its crew. Victus turns to you again. One more thing. Lord Captain. No one at the station knows about Lady Theodora's demise and you inheriting the title. Liege Tokara will be informed. It is required so he can use the dock. Besides, he is expecting a personal audience with the rogue trader, and he will not meet with an unknown person of unclear standing. However, there is still the matter of announcing your arrival. You can either arrive on the station with the proper pomp and ceremony, or choose to visit it incognito. Alright. I have decided how we're going to do this, because I'm thinking of our rogue trader, previously a captain in the Imperium's navy. Like, you know, this is not somebody who's going to be backing down and sneaking around in the undergrowth. This is somebody who's very much going to be like, this is my position, I've earned it, and everybody shall respect me, whether they like it or not. That's what we're going to go with. So, tell me in detail how these choices will benefit me. According to Footfall's unwritten laws, rogue traders enjoy special privileges that exceed even the power of the liege. However, not everybody chooses to take advantage of them depending on the situation. Arriving incognito will give you more room for maneuver, while an official visit will allow you to directly intervene in local affairs. I shall explain if you do not mind. According to the unwritten rule, every rogue trader arriving at the station has the right to veto any of the liege's decisions. Wow, every single rogue trader who comes to the station can veto a decision. That's, you know, a lot of people second guessing your decisions. Okay. But there is a catch. The Koronus Expanse is home to several influential rogue trader dynasties. Footfall is where their interests intersect. Of course, that does not prevent certain persons, namely Caligos Winterscale, from subtly pulling the strings in Footfall. If you, as a new rogue trader, start your career with an official landing and a parade in your honor, the other dynasties may see this gesture as the newcomer challenging their spheres of influence. I do not see that as a bad thing necessarily. Old Man Winterscale may take slight offense. Kuroda would be put on her guard, but you have just risen to prominence, and most people in the Koronus Expanse have not even heard about Lady Theodora's departure yet. It must be made clear that the banner of the Von Valencia soars as high as ever. If I may, I would recommend arriving incognito. You will have plenty of opportunities to savor the sweetness and the burden of power. But right now is the last time you can take refuge in obscurity. This way your arrival will not draw much attention, and the people will treat you as a person and not the almighty sovereign anointed by the emperor. It could turn some situations to your advantage. Alright, so he has successfully convinced me to go incognito when we play the full game. However, right now, we're going to go in officially, because it's not the option I would choose, and that's basically what I'm going to choose every time here, is if I don't think I will do it in the main playthrough that we do when this game fully comes out, then it's my opportunity to do it now to see something different. So, I will arrive officially as the rogue trader. It will be done, Lord Captain. Victus bows again. With your gracious permission, I will return to my duties. End dialogue. Okay. And now, this is us. So use the system map in the center of the bridge to issue orders to the crew. Okay. We have a plasma pistol. You can see immediately it's got a ton of different things on it here. I'm trying to see if there's a way of like extending this or making it bigger so we can see everything on it. I don't think there is. Okay. We also have our swords. Which one's better? Sword does more damage. Okay, but, you know, obviously we have to be standing next to them to hit them. That's fine. There's Victus. Let's do what we were told then. Let's go to this map and click on it. And then off we go. So I think this is going to allow us to go to Footfall. Yes, okay, so we were given a little bit of a guide here when I got my key, which basically just says what you should be doing at the very start of the game. So it says, left click your first destination, Footfall, a void station in the asteroid belt, one of the main trade hubs of the Koronus Expanse. Done. I've left clicked it. And we have Successfully arrived at it. Ooh, okay, so this is the map of the area. Oh, this is very cool. Okay, so we're going to go to Dock Alpha Row. And we're going to take everybody with us. This seems sensible. Yes. Okay, so it looks like some of the people who are with us, we haven't spoken to this one or this one. And the Inquisitor is not a member of our party. Or at least not currently. Okay. Cool. I believe this is the art for the, like when they announced the game. And our first look at a planet. The welcome procession is not particularly long, but it does attract attention. Everyone is dressed in their finest apparel, every button gleaming. Standing in front of the others is a woman with clearly expensive implants. She bows in a solemn curtsy. Rogue Trader, Footfall welcomes you. On behalf of the Liege, Lord Vladaeum Tokara, allow me to express my joy at your arrival. The Liege awaits you at his residence, but should you have other business to conduct on the station, I will be happy to serve as your guide. So this is Cassia. We know nothing about Cassia currently. Cassia's lip curls slightly. This is so familiar. Behind the amber-coloured scattering of words of welcome, far less appealing hues lurk, murky and diluted. The look of someone accustomed to lying and hiding their intentions. We also haven't heard from Adira before. Adira jerks her head, shakes it, and hisses through her teeth. Someone's coming. They're coming for us. Watch out, Lord Captain. Abelard sighs and casually places his hand on his weapon. Let's ask Adira, who's coming? Judging by the voices, there's a lot of them. Angry. They got teeth, but they aren't that sharp. Their strength is their numbers. Pray, what are you talking about? What could you mean by such a cryptic She doesn't get to say the rest. Oh! Hey newcomers, how's this for a walk? Welcome to Footfall, suckers.
Take a knee and bow before me.
Alright, we're fighting, I see. You just shot Cassia. I don't even know who she is yet, and you've shot her. You shot everybody.
Just a minor setback.
Okay, so turn-based. Now, the one thing that my guide told me about this combat is that you're expected to use a ton of abilities during combat. So we're going to try and do that. It's also a cover system, XCOM style. Let's figure out what we're going to do here. Right, what can you do? Machine Spirit Communication. So you can apply buffs to all the weapons in the area. Okay, that's interesting. Study enemies. Okay, getting extra bonus based upon your int. Do Precision Strike. It's a single shot or melee attack against a studied enemy. This attack gains bonus damage. So you would study them, then you would shoot them. Got it. Target the weakness. For one turn, all allies gain half the benefits of the adept study enemies and study defense abilities. Study defenses, finds the weaknesses of the studied enemies. I see. So you could study the enemies, you could study their defenses, then you could share that with everybody, then you could shoot them. Got it. And a manipulator push. Attacks enemies in close combat, pushing them 2 cells away and dealing wisdom and int bonus damage with penetration equal to the tech priest perception bonus. Okay. What else could we do? Do we have a gun? We have a plasma gun. See, I kind of feel like I want to walk over here and shoot that dude with my gun. I think that sounds really sensible. Or we could walk over here and do that. Let's do it. I would like to move you over here. Sure. Let's do that. Then I have 4 actions, I believe. So how many actions does it take to shoot a gun? I wanted to shoot a gun. 2 AP to shoot a gun. Okay. Oh, how much does it cost to study enemies? 3 AP. Okay. And then to share it? The share is... okay, so that's 2 AP. Is there anything I can do for 1 AP? I can do a single shot with my plasma gun. Oh, so that was the overcharge I was looking at. Okay, cool. So let's study enemies first. And we're just going to study, like, all of them.
My competencies are not that universal.
Cool. So we now know more about them. And what does that do exactly, though? Increases the incoming damage of the Adept's attack in the turn against studied enemy by the Adept's int bonus. Cool. Then we're going to do a single shot.
My vow is to serve.
Good job. Good job. I think I'll call that the end of our turn. Okay. They ran in here.
Pain cleanses the body.
Once again, we get shot at. They're coming in. 0 damage. Okay, so there's not a lot of damage coming in for all of the shooting. There are a lot of enemies. Okay. Another miss. Another miss. And a dodge. They're continuing to run in here. Well, that's not great.
Still draw breath.
Okay, Adira, what have you got? You got a sniper rifle. Okay, I can see exactly how we got to play Adira. Based upon that. You're a psyker. Never mind. I see exactly how we've got to play Adira. We got to use lightning. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Foreboding. We can study. Oh, so study enemies is not unique to our tech guy over here. Okay. So I wonder if this is just something that everybody has. Maybe I shouldn't have been doing that on him then. Yeah, let's do... Oh, this spends all movement points to do this. Let's do it. She hasn't taken any damage yet. We need to do damage to them. So I'm going to shoot some lightning over here.
On it. Be gone.
That seemed pretty good. Seemed pretty good. We have nothing else that we can do for our actions. Yeah, I think we're okay with that. Yeah. Can I change the camera angle? Yes. So they're all dead. That seems pretty good. Right. End turn. Who are you? So you have a bolter. Right. I think you're going to shoot. So you don't have study enemies, interestingly. Okay. Interesting. Shot on the run. So gains bonus to their movement attacks. Okay. Interesting. Gains 1 action point and removes the cooldown of dash. Okay, I think I see what you meant to be. You meant to kind of dash around and hit people. I'm thinking here, shoot this guy in the head. Or we could move our rogue trader here and slash him, maybe. I could move here and then shoot somebody in the head. Let's do it. I do still have a shot. Let's shoot him.
I need targets, not guidance.
That seems pretty good. Right. You've still... Wait, have you still got actions left? Yes, because you didn't move.
This is unacceptable.
Cannot be moved more time, so you can only shoot 1 time a turn. Okay, good to know. Anything else I can do here? Shoot on the run. No. No. I think we might be done then. Maybe you're our medic because you've got med kits. That would seem likely. Okay, end turn. So all of them are going to take a turn. Okay, I don't quite understand the turn timer yet. Oh wait, that was Argenta. Okay, so it's just going up in turns. It's just we didn't know that everybody existed beforehand. Necessarily. Rogue Trader needs to get behind some cover, or he's going to be dead before, like, you know, we get anywhere. Alright, he's extremely hurt right now. So what have you got? You got a marksman rifle. Okay, so I'm guessing that you are meant to, like, sit back and shoot people. Immediately gains a bonus turn with no movement points and action points equal to the leader's fell bonus divided by 2. That seems good, I think. So this immediately gains a bonus turn. So I guess you want to shoot, then do that. So I'd want to do something like... Also, who's going next? You're going next. I'd want to, like, shoot you.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Then I'd want to go bring it. Then I'd want to move over here. Oh, I can't move. Okay. Then once you use bring it down.
Do not dare ask.
Oh, I can give somebody else an immediate turn. Oh, so it's not giving herself a turn. It's giving someone else a turn. So I could say, hey, you get a turn, and then you can do something with it. Oh, okay. I'm understanding now. Well, there's nothing I can do with you, so I guess I'm just going to leave you standing there. This seems kind of bad. Probably should have moved first, huh? Right. I bet if I move here, I can hit him with my sword. And we'll be behind cover. Can I heal? Not at all. I would love to slash you with my sword. How much does it cost to throw a grenade? Grenade costs 2 AP. We have 4 AP, so this seems fine. I'm going to hit you with my sword.
Nothing I can't do.
Nice. That seemed pretty good. I can't throw a grenade. Why not?
Absolutely not.
I have enough AP to throw a grenade. I guess you just can't do it because you've already used your sword this turn. Maybe you can only do one weapon action a turn. Okay, what else have we got? Voice of Command. Forces an ally to make every effort, increasing their characteristics by fell bonus. Additionally, all leaders' abilities can be applied on the target of the Voice of Command from any distance. We can also say bring it down to let someone else have another turn. You know what? Immediately have another turn. And then I want you to use burst fire to kill this dude. Although apparently you've got a chance of actually hitting our guy right here. That doesn't seem ideal. Can I do it without shooting our guy? Maybe. This has no chance of hitting him as far as I can tell. 66% hitting, 44% chance. I'll take my 66% chance, or I run her over and I try and heal. I think we probably want to run over and try and heal, right? Yeah, probably. Just seeing what we have. Oh, I gain no movement though. Can I use dash to gain movement? Just spending all movement points. So I could dash here, then heal.
Doubt is for the weak.
Yes, okay. Then I can heal
Be
you.
strong. Greater trials lie
Perfect.
ahead.
Right, at least you're not going to die.
Recognition.
Then I could second wind
I'll do it.
and then dash back into
As the
cover.
Emperor commands, I act.
Yeah, that works. Okay. That almost felt good. Then you get your turn back. Oh, right. So when it says immediately give a turn, it doesn't mean like, oh, and end your turn. It just means immediately give them a turn. Oh, okay. End your turn. Abelard, what are you? Power Maul. I get the feeling you're a melee character. So we can knock down an enemy. We can charge in a straight line. Alright, endure. All incoming attacks do less damage. What is a charge? 2 AP. Can't quite reach. What if I go one step and then charge?
A tactically sound approach.
Then charge.
I will do my duty.
That we missed. Okay, well, he dodged. Technically, it's not a miss, but that's fine. Then we could power swing.
At your
Do
beck
it.
and call.
Well, he's dead. And then we will then we'll use endure so he takes less damage.
Indeed.
Just stand him in the middle of the group and then just see if he can endure. Alright. The blood hand leader's over there. Okay, shot came at us. He switched to his axe.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Abelard got hit, but that's okay. Then you. Could give all allies the studied ability, so we could study defenses, then give them the target weakness, and then we could take a shot. No, we can't. But I can study their defense right now. Can't I? Oh, it's of one enemy. No. Alright, in which case I'm going to use target the weaknesses. It gives us bonuses on these two. Then I'm going to use plasma overcharge to hit this person. Sure, let's do that. That's gonna hit like an area. Let's not do that. Let's just do a single shot. Yeah, sure.
The Omnissiah knows all.
We missed.
Comprehends all.
Nice. What's this one do? Flash of insight. No, I don't think we need to do that. Cool. Well, you get your turn. We did get hit, but luckily we're still alive. All we can ask for.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Well, we're just tanking all the damage. Hopefully this is worth it. I'm thinking a grenade next turn somewhere has got to be our answer. This is a vicious first fight. No idea what we're doing, but our rogue trader keeps almost dying, so that can't be good. I could just immediately be like, I'm just gonna shoot lightning at you again. I mean, that was successful last time. Let's do it.
Was that you?
Oh, that hit us. Oh, that hit Abelard. Oh well. You know, you win some, you lose some. Right. You. I'm gonna let you be killed by the rogue trader. So I think we could probably get away with doing some burst fire in a direction. Maybe like this.
I need targets, not guidance.
Just go for like a spread shot, see who we get. Yeah, that worked. Immediately restores all AP and removes cooldowns from the currently wielding weapon. Ooh, okay. Do
I
it.
am his will made manifest.
Now we can take a shot. 84% chance? Good,
I'll
do it.
This is why I was
Nice.
chosen.
That seems solid. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, and we got another shot as well. So that's 41%. We can't see that one. Can't see any of them. Okay, let's take a 60% over here.
Doubt is for the weak.
We missed, but, you know, that's okay. Oh, we got another shot? Okay, take another shot.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
We got another shot. Wait, is this a bug? Or is this how, or did I not read it? Restores all AP and removes cooldowns from the currently wielding weapon. This turn, the first attack against each target inflicts Righteous Fury. Gain extra attacks equal to the weapon's rate of fire, without expending AP as long as it is the cheapest attack allowed by the weapon. Oh, okay, there we go. So that was what was happening there. So we basically have a bunch of attacks for free. In which case, keep
As
shooting.
the Emperor commands, I act.
Cool. And now I think we've used up all the free attacks because now it's back to saying we should use this. Let's just do another shot.
Need targets, not guidance.
Wonderful. Right. I think we're happy with that. Bunch more of them are dead, which will help us. Don't shoot a rogue trader. That's okay. I love when they dodge, they actually move tile. It's kind of interesting that they're actually dodging. And they can move them out of cover as well. It's kind of interesting. Reload. How do I know how much how much I have in my weapon currently? Max ammo 5. Okay, so I should have like some left in that weapon. Lidless Stare. The Navigator opens their third eye. Anyone gazing into its depths witnesses the power of mind-breaking unreality of the warp. Okay. So I could do something like this, and everybody in here would face the unreality of the warp. But that's only 2 enemies, but still. Why not?
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
That's some damage. Then we could immediately give someone else a turn. Yeah, I think we could immediately give someone else a turn. I'm going to immediately give Adira a turn.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Wow, she is very rude. Then you're going to take a shot at that guy.
Will do. What an unfortunate
Just take her
turn
free
of
kills.
fate.
Like, I know she's being shot by a lot of things, but, you know, just take the kill while we can. Yes, I think cover would probably be a good idea for us, but, you know. Again, we'll take what we can. Can I chuck a grenade over here? I can chuck a grenade at these guys. What type of grenade is that? A crack grenade. Okay, so could I chuck it... Ah, so it explodes in a cross fashion. So I really want a frag grenade here. Yeah, and that'll hit both of them. Do it.
I'll pass.
Oh, no line of sight to the target. Is there any way I can get line of sight to the target? That would kill this dude. Seems a little overkill, but at the same time, he's dead now. That works for me. Right, end turn. You. I'm thinking charge.
Someone else.
Unavailable. Oh, I guess he's too close, maybe. I can just walk up and hit him.
It will be done.
Oh, you can attack. Well, that's useful to know. You can attack nothing. I thought he might move and attack. Instead, he just was like, ah, you know what? I'll just attack nothing.
Victory is imminent.
I'll just charge him over to this little bit of cover, although I think that might explode. Reduces all damage by something. Strikes back when receiving attacks and guards allies within a radius of 3.
We'll
Sure,
rule the stars
let's do that.
themselves.
So if these guys get close enough, he'll jump in and attack them. And then maybe endure as well.
At your beck
Sure.
and call.
Let's try this. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just trying things that sound good. So desperate measures. So this is something to do with the momentum system. It's like you can have negative and positive momentum, and it unlocks different things. Like if you have negative momentum, I think it's something like if you have a, I think it's this bar right here. If you have a very low amount in it, or you're less than 25% HP, you can use abilities that are previously locked off to you. And then positive momentum again is if you have like a oh, this is veil thickness. Okay, so that's not what I thought it was. Okay, is this momentum? These might be momentum ones. Yeah, there we go. So you see, full focus is a desperate measure that we can do. Well, on this side we have flash of insight. So this is a heroic act that we can do, and both of these are things that we can do if we have certain levels of momentum. I guess actually we must have had one because I think we used it on Argenta. I think her one was a heroic act. I just didn't realize it. Okay, so basically it's do well, get one set of abilities, do badly, get another set, essentially. Right, so Pascal, I think I'm going to move you forward because you're out of range of the enemy, which seems bad. Plasma overcharge, extra damage. Overheats your plasma weapon for 2 turns. Yeah, just kill him.
Running binary override.
That's pretty good damage. I'll take it. And then target the weaknesses. Just tell everybody to... Oh, we don't have anything studied. Oh, never mind. They're running in. Okay, so he should be able to get counterattacks, these guys, we think. There we go. Didn't get counterattack there. Or there. He got it when he dodged, so maybe that was it. Lightning? Do it.
Anything else?
That was not lightning. That was actually just shooting him in the head. It did work. I can't deny that shooting him in the head worked. But it wasn't really what I was aiming to do. What I think I want you to do... You can't move either now. What's this? Reduces a target's dodge. Can I do that to you?
Will do.
Yeah, okay. See, she was said that that person was... It says that person's a leader, so that's fine. Right. Argenta. Yeah, so this was a heroic act previously that we used. That explains why it was so good. 90% chance?
Doubt
Kill.
is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's
Solid.
judgment.
Can I get you over here? Good dash, so let's do that. Let's dash
As
here.
the Emperor commands, I act.
Followed up by using one of these just to
Let
heal
me
up our
tend to
rogue
your
trader a
wounds.
little bit. 'Cause he's a little low on health.
Now, where were we?
Right. Then
do
second
it.
wind. Then dash here.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
That was not where I wanted to go. I guess dash you have to go minimum distance unless you hit something. Or I clicked in the wrong place. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Okay, sure. Well, they seem focused on this dude.
Brace yourself,
Well,
Avalon.
he got his attack back that time and, well, you know, killed him. Essentially. Run over here.
Emperor, give me strength.
Shoot him.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
Nice. Solid. I'm going to say, have another
If I
turn.
may.
Right. Hit him.
Indeed. Target well struck.
Nice. We killed all the enemies. Whew. Well, that was difficult. This shivering young servant looks up at you with horror in his eyes. Emperor, protect me. They killed. Every time I warn them, and then they all go, Dear Emperor, our Lord and Savior, how could this have happened? Who could have thought? Idira spits on the ground in annoyance. I'm just gonna see what we're gonna say. Let's go with a full-on one. A gang of puny thugs attacked me, the Emperor's anointed rogue trader von Valencia. Such a poorly organized attempt on my life can only be seen as a personal affront. I would wager that this was not an assassination attempt, but rather a common raid. The half-wits had no idea that they would run into you, Lord Captain. Still, it wouldn't hurt to be on our guard. The great have been known to fall to the pathetic, and we can attest to this from our recent experience. Abelard frowns and rubs the bridge of his nose as if fatigued. Your lordship, those guys were Anvers. They're not a gang. They're the worst, I'm telling you. They're scared of no one, not even Liege Vladeum. He glances around like he's expecting more bandits to appear. Does this kind of thing happen often around here? Shooting, yes. Attacks on nobles, not very often. Unless it's the Anvers. They're vicious. Not a week goes by without them killing and gutting someone. They're wicked heretics. They respect nothing. They follow no rules. Go and report this to the liege. Yes, I'm sorry, your lordship. I'll just go report to the liege. They killed her. They killed my lady. Oh, this is terrible. And off he goes. Our loot is right here. But our loot is also going to wait for next time. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. If you know anything about the lore of what we're doing, I'm very interested in that. Or the mechanics of Rogue Trader, for that matter. There were a lot of mechanics chucked at us there. We kind of got through it. It also looks like we heal it outside of combat, which is kind of interesting. So it seems like, instead of something like in Pathfinder, where your resources go from combat to combat, so you're kind of incentivized to save, like, I'm not going to use my magic spell because what if I need my magic spell 5 combats from now, and you end up never using your spells. In this one, it's kind of like, use your actions all the time, they're not limited. Use all your health, again, it's not limited. It seems like it's kind of encouraging you to treat every encounter as like a full encounter where you can use everything on everything. It sounds cool, unless there are one-use items or things, but I don't know about that so far. Also, what's my plan for this alpha? I think we're going to play a couple episodes of it. I don't know how far we're going to get, but I want to get far enough that we at least try some of the ship combat that's in the game. I think that could be quite cool to have a little look at. But the reason I don't want to go too far into it is, one, there's not that much in the alpha, if that makes sense. Like, what we've got seems fairly polished for just now, but it's not like it's a full game. And I also want to play the full game when it comes out, so obviously I would prefer to just kind of get a rough idea of how it feels, go, yep, this is fantastic, and then come back to it when it's fully polished and ready to go. But yeah, it seems great. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.